It is Allison. So this is my first faith related video for 2020 and I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm really excited for this video. It's actually super nice to be filming this because I'm like at home and it's actually super cold outside and I have like a heater on, so if you hear anything, it's my heater. It's just super cold in my room like all the time, so that's why I have it there. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys how to grow closer with God this year, how I'm doing it, and hopefully inspire you guys to do the same. So I have a list of like 8 different things that I want to talk to you guys about this video for this year. Yeah, I'm losing my brain, but you know what's new. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and hopefully this can motivate you, help you guys in growing and flourishing your relationship with God this year, as well as mine. So I'm praying for all of you guys that you have a really great start to 2020 and that you can also grow closer with God this year. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Give this video a thumbs up if you guys like it, and if you guys have any requests for faith related videos, let me know in the comments down below. I'm always looking for just recommendations, and I obviously want to do videos that you guys are interested in as well and that you guys would want to watch, so don't forget to leave video requests down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. I've been getting a lot of new subscribers, so hey, if you are new to my channel, my name is Allison. I'm a college student. I'm a second year college student at DePaul University, and I'm a health sciences major with a concentration in public health, and I do videos, college related videos. I also do lifestyle videos and also faith related videos, so if you don't want to miss out on seeing those types of videos, then don't forget to subscribe. I also upload every week, every Fridays at noon Central Time, 12 p.m. So if you don't want to miss out on my videos, don't forget to subscribe and also click the bell notification down below to be notified every time I upload a video. Now that I got all that YouTuber stuff out of the way, and normally that's a lot of what YouTubers say, so now that we got that out of the way, we can just jump into this video. So the funny thing is, I filmed a video similar to this I think 2 years ago, and I wore like the same exact shirt. So I'm wearing the same hoodie that I wore in my last video, but yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. But last time I think I had my hair up, now I'm having it down, spice it up a little bit. But I thought that was just kind of funny that I kind of filmed a video similar to this and I'm wearing the same hoodie, and I did not do that intentionally, it just kind of happened. So I thought I would just mention that, but I'll link that video in the card section or description box down below if you guys want to watch it. It's again a couple years old, but I mean the things that I mentioned in that video are kind of still similar to what I'm going to share in this video. So if you want to check that out, the link will be in the description box down below. So the first thing that I would say is one of the intentions, I would say, or goals. I don't like to use the word goals, so I'm going to go with intention. The first intention I have for just, again, continuing and growing my relationship with God this year is first reading the Bible. It's like the most, I guess, I don't know, duh thing that you can like say. The most obvious thing is obviously reading the Bible. That's like something that I feel like is a no-brainer, but it's definitely something that can be hard, especially when you go through different seasons in life. And I think that what kind of solidified really why my goal this year is to read the whole Bible. I've never done it before. I'm currently reading Genesis. I'm like halfway through Genesis at this point. And so I guess what made me want to start reading the Bible, and what honestly made me coming this year wanting to read the whole thing, is I've never done that before and I've always wanted to do it. And I feel like kind of coming from a roller coaster of a year of 2019, I feel like I want to come into 2020 just, I don't know, being more invested in my relationship with God and being more intentional with it. And so yeah, this year I'm really excited because I'm currently reading the whole Bible. I'm starting from Genesis all the way to Revelations. So if you want to join me, don't forget, or just like comment down below, or I don't know, we should all motivate each other for, those of us who are reading the Bible, because it's hard reading it, from cover to cover, but I'm determined to do it. I've never done it before, and I don't know, I just really want to I don't know, for me, it's just one of those things that I feel like I've always wanted to do, and I've always told myself that I wanted to do, but never really done it. So now it's a new decade, like why not? So definitely reading the Bible. Sometimes if it's hard, like some of the parts in Genesis are a little bit hard to go to kind of read through. So I always love to open up my Bible app and just play the audio, so that while the audio is playing, I'm also like reading along with it in my Bible. And so that definitely helps me when I'm like trying to get through, like maybe not the most interesting parts of the Bible, like especially Genesis in some of the chapters, I love to listen to the audio as well to kind of get me motivated and all that. So yeah, but just any way for you to read the Bible. It doesn't even have to have you don't even have to get the physical book. I feel like for me, I love reading the physical book just because I feel like I'm less distracted, because I know there's a bunch of Bible apps and all that you can read online, but for me, I just love having the physical copy. And so yeah, but just any way to read the Bible, like do it. The next thing is to pray every day. I'm actually currently doing a 40-day prayer meditation where I'm basically listening through a guided prayer meditation on the Church Home app. I've mentioned it in many videos, but basically it's a app called Church Home, and it's for the church home, like the actual church home that's based in California, and it's led by Pastor Judah Smith. And yeah, it's just basically a app that has a bunch of different features. One of the things that I love about it is it has a pray tab, which allows anybody in the community that's on the Church Home app, you can pray for each other. You can send in an anonymous prayer request if you choose. So I've done that many times already, and so it's just really cool. They also have a tab on there that allows you to take part in a prayer meditation, and it's usually led by Judah Smith or his wife Chelsea Smith, and it's probably 5 to 6 minutes long. It's not a long time, and it's just really great because it's something I look forward to every day as part of my quiet time, and I love doing it just because it sets the intention for the day. And it just gets me thinking. It also allows me to, kind of find a way to pray. Sometimes it's kind of hard to, if you're not going through anything, or just there's not something on your heart that God has placed on you to really pray about. I love, using this prayer meditation to help me pray, and just helps guide in, prayer, which is really great. So definitely recommend that app. They have it in the App Store and the Google Play Store, so I'll definitely link it in the description box down below. I've mentioned it in other videos, but I just really love it, and it's just such a unique type of app, and I don't know, I just love it so much. So definitely check it out. But that's also one of the ways I like to pray, and just especially sometimes when I'm at school and I'm alone, sometimes it can feel a little lonely, so I definitely love to pray and just talk to God whenever I'm just going through something, or I just need a bit of motivation, or if I'm just feeling a little bit down, I love to pray and, find ways in the day to just talk to Him, because I think that's definitely something I struggled with last year, is definitely kind of feeling lonely and needing people, but also not feeling like I need to talk to someone all the time, or need the presence of other people to not be lonely, you know what I mean? So that's a whole nother topic, but I just love the fact that just taking some time to just pray and just, talking to someone is super helpful and kind of therapeutic in a way. So yeah, especially if there's things on my heart, or like things that I'm going through, it's always great to have someone that will always be there to listen to you. A prayer journal. I wish I brought it. It's literally right there, and I forgot to show you guys, but it's like this little like A4 journal, and basically I keep a bunch of prayers on there. Also, what I do sometimes when I'm struggling through prayer, and especially when I use a Church Home app and I use the prayer tab on there where I pray for other people in the community who submitted prayer requests. Sometimes it's hard for me to kind of pray on my own, so sometimes writing it down allows me to do it. So I have like other people that I've prayed for from the community tab on there. I write it down as well, so that's really great. Also, I write down my own prayers and things that I want to pray about, because sometimes, again, it's sometimes hard for me to really like pray and like kind of collect my thoughts. And so, well, for me at least, writing things down allows me to kind of get my thoughts across. So I love to keep a prayer journal and, you know, record my prayers and kind of also look back on them and see where God has blessed me. So it's also a great way to see where God answers your prayers. Another thing that I'm doing to grow closer in my relationship with God is definitely having a theme, like scripture or a verse for the year. And that's super important for me because as someone who struggles with like knowing and memorizing scriptures, this is also really great. But I'm probably going to try and like find a way to also memorize different verses because I just struggle with it and I really want to be good at it. Like I know like my favorite ones are like the ones that I like stick to and like always hear all the time, but I want to be able to like actually like work on memorizing more verses in scriptures. But I wanted to have a theme like verse this year, and having one for me at least also allows me to find different scriptures and memorize them, but it also allows me to kind of center myself, where sometimes when I'm going through a hard time or anything, I like to look at sometimes my notes app and I like to see just like a verse at the top, and sometimes just reading it allows me to just kind of, I don't know, change the perspective. And sometimes it just makes me just, it's like an affirmation. Like sometimes when you read it or say it out loud, it kind of changes the way you're thinking and changes the way you're kind of going about your day. And so I really want to start doing that, and maybe even writing it down somewhere like on my mirror or something like that, so I can always be reminded of it. I can say it out loud, and it'll just kind of again set the tone for the day. So yeah, I want to start doing that. I'm going to insert the one that is mine because I can't remember exactly. I think it's Philippians chapter 4 verse 8. Can't remember clearly, but I'm going to put on the screen if you guys are curious what the scripture or the theme verse of the year that I chose. Next one is something that I'm still kind of in the works, and I'm still kind of finding, is definitely participating in like a small group or like a Bible study. I've tried out a couple, or like I've gone to a couple, but I just haven't felt like, I don't know, like sometimes I feel like you need to find one that is right for you, and I just haven't found that yet. And so that's definitely something I'm still praying about, and I would love your prayers as well. And yeah, it's just definitely something that I'm still kind of figuring out, but yeah, it's still a work in progress. But I just really want to be intentional again with a Bible study and going to one that is right for me, and is one that I'll look forward to going, and I know that I will really feel good about. So it's definitely something I'm still praying about, but I think that this year hopefully I will be able to kind of find that, and it's something that I've been praying about for like a good year now. And so it's definitely hard, but I really want to, you know, participate in one and be an active member in one, just because I think there's something different about being surrounded by people who can keep you accountable when it comes to your journey and walk with Christ. And just being part of a community and getting to know more Christians is something that I've been really craving and really, you know, wanting for a while. So yeah, that's definitely something I've been praying about. So I'd love for you guys to pray for me about that, because that's something that I've still haven't really found and have been kind of struggling with. But I definitely love for you guys to pray for me about that, just because it's something that I've been wanting. And, you know, I don't know, like a couple months ago I was like, maybe I should just make my own. I probably should, but like, then again, it's a thing of like, it's just a lot. So like, I don't know. It's definitely something I'm still kind of figuring out. So yeah, any prayers would be welcomed and would be really appreciated. The second to last is meeting with God when you first wake up and right before you go to sleep. This is something I've been trying to do, and I feel like I've been pretty good at it, especially being at school and waking up pretty early. Definitely listening to worship music is something I do right after, like I turn off my alarm. I couldn't think of the word. After I turn off my alarm, I listen to worship music right away, because that definitely gets me going and kind of motivates me to get out of bed, just because I'm not the type of person to wake up out of bed, like jump out of bed like right away, like I need to like relax. And then also listening to my prayer guided meditation. I love to do that right after I kind of like get it together, and after I've had a couple minutes of listening to worship music and just kind of, you know, relaxing and all that. I love to just like sit up and like just kind of close my eyes and just like go through the prayer guided meditation from the Church Home app. And it's also just because it's a time that I get where I'm just like kind of still slowly waking up, and like trying to get myself motivated. So it definitely sets the intention for the day, where I haven't done anything yet, and I kind of listen to myself and pray to God. So that's definitely something that I do pretty much within like 5 minutes of waking up, and so it feels super nice to be able to do that. So I recommend you guys trying that, just because I've tried it. Sometimes if I am in a hurry, I can't do it right in the morning, but I try and do it when I'm by myself, and when it's quiet and I can really focus on God, which is usually how I like to pray, is I don't really like any distractions or anything like that. So yeah, at this point I have to use my phone, so I have to put my phone on like Wi-Fi and not put on airplane mode. So I do get like a bunch of texts, but I still try and focus on actual prayer and just stillness and quietness during this time. And then before I go to bed, I also listen to a podcast that's called, I think it's Your Daily Prayer Podcast, and basically it's like a 4 to 5 minute podcast episode where they kind of go through a prayer for it's like a specific prayer that they go through, but it's super nice because they release it. I listened to the one that's meant for the actual day, because they release it kind of close to midnight, so I listened to it the following morning, and it's just, again, or the one that comes, yeah, what I meant. Oh my gosh, yeah, so I listened to the one that they released like towards like midnight, but I listened to it like for the following day, if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. But yeah, I listen to that before I go to bed, because I guess for me, the sounds and like the feeling I get when I listen to it, it just kind of puts me in a calming place. And so it definitely helps me fall asleep as well. If I'm kind of having trouble or anything like that, it just like, it's like the perfect kind of ambiance for me to fall asleep. And then I also read my devotionals on my phone. I have one that's like focused for evenings, so I read that. And then I also forgot to mention, I don't know if it was on my list, but I also read 2 devotionals in the morning called with the Refresh devotional app on my phone. I'm not sure if it's on the App Store, but they definitely have it on the Google Play Store, but I'll definitely link it in the description box down below. It's like a new devotional that I haven't heard anybody talk about, but it's one that I recently discovered, and I've been loving it a lot. So I definitely read that first thing in the morning, and then I read the evening devotional at night, before I listen to the Daily Prayer podcast episode. And then the last thing that I'm going to mention in this video is spending and devoting at least an hour of your day that does listening to worship music, listening to a podcast, like a Christian podcast, but like just listening and taking time out of your day, at least an hour of your day, that isn't on social media, that isn't focused on work, that isn't doing anything that isn't spiritually uplifting. So what I try to do is, because I'm constantly doing so many things, I like to spend at least like an hour if I'm washing the dishes and like it's quiet and I need something to kind of like motivate me or just pass the time. I usually put on a podcast. I listen to The Porch. I listen to the Daily Grace Co. podcast. I listen to the Grit and Grace podcast. Like I listen to a bunch of like Christian podcasts, or As For Me in My House podcasts, like a bunch of those I love to listen to, especially also when I'm walking out and about, like going from class to class or just doing things that I could be listening to music or anything. I also listen to worship music sometimes, but I try and listen to a podcast, especially when I'm doing like kind of like mundane, like busy things. I always like to do that just because it allows me to listen better. And sometimes when I'm doing certain things, I can get distracted, but usually when I'm cleaning or washing the dishes or walking, out and about, I love to listen to a podcast just because it allows me to kind of put my focus onto something spiritually enlightening rather than just listening to music or watching YouTube videos. So yeah, that's definitely something that I love to listen to. But yeah, just devoting at least like an hour of your day. That also for me doesn't include my quiet time, because my quiet time is also probably an hour long. So I try and do something. So for that hour, I try and like listen to a podcast or, you know, listen to worship music. So yeah, my quiet time is not included in that like 1 hour that I devote just to like listening to podcasts or listening to worship music. So just wanted to say that, just because I realized I was like, well, my quiet time is kind of also that 1 hour, but I don't include it. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I feel like I've been talking for so long, so I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully these tips will help you in continuing to grow your relationship with God. And I just pray that all of you guys have an amazing 2020. And even though it's already like February, I hope you guys are just, you know, killing it this year, and hopefully you guys continue to do so. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just really excited for this year, and I can't wait to continue to see where you guys go in your journey with Christ. And I pray to you guys that you can cultivate these different habits for this year. And I just pray that you guys have an awesome 2020. And I'm praying for all of you guys always. So also leave your prayer requests down below. And I will talk to you guys next time. Have an awesome day. Bye, guys.